recording first and then I'm supposed to share the screen. Yeah, it should be visible. All right, so let's move forward towards the next part of this Azure. Okay, so we are going to build some solutions in this particular platform called as portal.azure.com. Okay, so this is the home page that I'm visiting. Okay, so I'm assuming, right? So there are two things that I ask you to do. One is to create the account. Second is to install the AZ, right? Azure. I'm just quickly opening a command prompt, expecting that you will have this something called as AZ installed in your laptop, which shows some commands like this is what is will be required. So currently it is not showing that command not found. It is showing some documents, and so another way is to check it like AZ space hyphen hyphen version. Okay, I hope you must have installed, and I shared the link into the um, notes, right? CLI is up to date. Okay, so it is showing Azure CLI 2.53 is installed in my system, which was the latest. I installed it yesterday only. Chalo. With this, let's move our learning towards the next things. So that is, now we are going to deal with the actual services. Yesterday, we have seen the names. Okay, we have seen there is category, and then in that category there are multiple services. I explained you a couple of things like these services are going to help us to perform these tasks. Okay, now that is not enough. Knowing the names is not enough. We need to go and build something out of it. Okay, we need to go and implement things. We need to learn how to access the services and make use of uh, for deploying applications or performing some tasks. Automation and all other things can be done. Okay, so upload. There are a lot of things that we can do as we discussed yesterday. Okay, so this is a link that I shared. So I'm just moving forward with today's agenda. So now we'll take a quick overview since I'm assuming all of you are having your own account, right? So this is I'm in already logged in with my new account I created just now. So I'll just quickly give you overview what exactly over here. So nothing has been created. Everything is fresh and new. We are going to build it together. Okay, so as I mentioned, so like this is a free account that I have created. So 12,000 is some it was showing the notification, right? 15,800 whatever. Free trial has remaining the credit of this much. So again, until unless you don't choose pay as you go, it will not charge you. So for now, keep it as free trial only. So I hope all of you must have created account. So while creating, if you face any challenges, kindly let me know into the WhatsApp group. I'll help you out. Okay. If not, you can reach out to the team, and my team will guide you. Okay, that's it. Let's move forward. Okay, so this basically is a portal from where you can see the UI view. And so what are the services we have seen yesterday? There is virtual machines, the free service, app store, storage account is free. Now, how much they are going to give you free? So everything was written on their homepage. Like I'm quickly going on my azure.com, azure.com.in. So this is their official website. So this is what yesterday we were looking at. Now here in a free trial, they have given some details. Okay. So try Azure for free, and then it was showing some details. The services that I was trying to tell you. See, Azure Virtual Machines is free for 12 months. Okay. So even though it is saying that 30 days is the time, right? So and the credits are, I guess, 15,000. किधर गया? हाँ, notification में, right? So credits are 15,000. That is $200, I guess. So this much amount they have given you to use and try out things. Once you exit that, your account will disable automatically. It will not move forward. It will get disabled. Okay, but there are some things which I wanted to tell you, so which I added in the notes. Okay, try all the services for 30 days. All the services that are available, or you have that $200 credit, which is equal to 15,000 rupees. Okay, 15,800. रुपीजचं साइन येत नाही इथे. So rupees 15,800. So that is with a free account. Now see what the benefit of upgrading your model to pay as you go will help you with additional see unlock free services you can use for next 12 months. Okay, so this option which I was showing right now, that Azure virtual machines is available for 12 months, that is only if this is a condition. That is only if you move your subscription. Now what is subscription? We'll talk about that to pay as you go model. So if you move through that model, the Azure virtual machines will be available to you for 12 months. It means if I deploy your app today, right? Since this is my new account, I created just now for the trading purpose. So if I deploy an app over here for right now along with you, I'll be able to use that app for next 12 months for free of cost. But as soon as the 12 months will end, from 13 month I'll get charged automatically. Since I added my credit card, it will get charged on my credit card. So you need to be very sure, or you need to be very uh, responsible while doing this thing. Like on 11 month or 12 month itself, you are supposed to cut down all the resources so that you will not get charged. Okay. Now what exactly they are offering into this 750 hours of B1 bustable virtual machine. So this is the basic version B1. So there are multiple versions. We'll do the hands-on of creating virtual machines in Azure. That time I'll talk about exactly each and every version. What is their capacity? How much is RAM? How much is storage space, processing power? Everything we'll see in the time of creating the virtual machine. So similarly, like Windows you create Windows or you create Linux, you have 12 months. Then we have database called as SQL database, which is free for 12 months. Now, yesterday I told you that we are going to use Postgres because that is something which I have taught in the trainings, right? The other trainings basically Python and all. So, but Microsoft is not providing a free service for Postgres because that is something mostly used by the companies and because it is more powerful than normal SQL database. So basically, they are not providing it for free. So in order to limit our scope to using free services, we'll see one hands-on along with this SQL database only. Okay, we'll not go out of this. Okay. So instead of Postgres, we are going to continue with SQL. So then we can also use the Azure Function App Service, which is will help you understand. And here also in Azure App Service, I can deploy 10 web applications. Okay, web app, mobile app, or API means out of any of the application that I will deploy, I can use 10, and it is always free by the way. It is always free, but with 1 GB storage and 1 hour per day. Okay, only that app can be used only for 1 hour. If I extend again, so this is a challenge, or this is something that you know um, that is how they are earning basically. So if your app is deployed and the size of the app is more than 1 GB, you will get charged. If anybody is using your app more than 1 hour, not exactly 1 hour per day, basically it will allow you to access the web application only the request. They will count how much time the app is up. So 1 hour per day it will be free of cost, but after that they will charge you. So that is something that they do. If you want to do some automation and all serverless implementation, so we have Azure functions. So in AWS, that is something called as Lambda function. So here they have called Azure functions. So that is a different thing. That it will help you to deploy the system without the backend, right? You don't need to worry about the servers, right? But it will help you to serve 1 million requests. Like if anybody visiting today Amazon.in, okay, so 1 million people can visit in this free account. If I build some similar e-commerce application, so my e-commerce application will be visited by 1 million people only. After that, nobody else can use my application. They will not be able, or yeah, since I'll choose pay as you go model, so these services are always free by the way. So if I move more than 1 million, then I'll get charged. Always free means free up to 1 million. That is what the limit. Hmm. So these are a couple of things that we are going to see in detail. So that is when I'm just putting highlights. So this is free for 12 months. The rest of the services are free for life. Hmm. So you can see if you are really smart, right? And if you do some your background study and some analysis, you will be easily able to use all the free services, and based on that you can build your application and you can sell it as well. So but you need to study a bit for that. Okay, so I might not be able to cover everything, but I'll be showing you some hands-ons which are enough to clear your AZ 900 and even AZ 104. Okay, So both there is no much difference. So couple of services are advanced. Azure 900 is like a basic overview of Azure, and then their services and all other things. I'll show you the study material as well. I added a link today somewhere. इधर ऐड किया मैंने, ये वाला है documentation वाला किधर है? Just a second, I added, so documentation I added over here. So here you can find some interesting documents to learn and get started. Okay, so I was on the same video that I was referring to. Okay, so these are the services that are available and we can build really nice applications with. Now, so there are two options to use in Azure services. Okay, so I'm just closing it. Let me just give you overview, then we'll talk about that. Okay, so here on this toggle menu, so you can find all the services. Here is home, currently nothing set. Dashboard is what you will see when you have your applications created. All services, like this is the list, and here are favorites. You can add your services into favorites. You can drag and drop. You can move it up there, down there, as per your choice. And mostly used services are will already automatically will come as a favorite services. Okay. So all the services that are available, we have seen a couple of them into the introduction part, but they are available over here. We have resource group. What is RG? Very important. Okay, we'll talk about this as soon as we move forward. Quick start center that you can see over here. So this is again a really good thing. If you don't attend the session and if you are only watch or read, so it is basically read and watch, both combination of that. So you can go and refer to that. Then we have app services, function app, SQL databases, Cosmos DB, load balancer is very important thing. We'll be able to see some point into that. Storage accounts, we are going to create one storage account today because we need it basically. ठीक है, क्या लिखा था वहाँ पे? Just a storage account and yeah, this is what their description. Create a storage account. Okay, they have given their training from Microsoft. अपने को नहीं चाहिए, अपन will do it. Virtual networks is like to allow the access and all. Monitor is for analytics, or we have seen it into the one of the services yesterday. Okay, Microsoft Defender and cost and management billing. This is very important. We'll spend some time today over here later. Okay. So now this is where what all the applications you will get. So now if something is not here, so there are many applications, or not applications actually. There are many services that Azure offers. Okay, so many, like there are a lot of things that you can do with Azure. Like I explained yesterday, IoT, cloud, IoT, game development, augmented reality, virtual machine learning, and whatnot. Okay, there are so many categories in which small services are falling. Okay, so if you want to see everything in detail, so just click on this, and it will help you to find the services. Like suppose I want to find something like for machine learning. Okay, so it is showing me virtual machines, machine learning ka kidhar? Azure machine learning. If you want to find some specific which you are not aware, like whether it is available, like if I want to find something for IoT, this is search box basically, which will help you to search the services. Now see what all things that they have for IoT. IoT Hub is there, very popular. I use it personally 2-3 times till now. Microsoft Defender for IoT, central applications, बहुत सारी चीजें, right? And then they have also provided documentation, everything at one place. So services are the inbuilt services that are available. Let me just quickly go to AR, VR. सिर्फ VR डाल दें. अरे बट इससे नहीं आएगा. ठीक है, ह्यूमन एनाटॉमी VR, whatever. ठीक है. So this is there is no service where the name VR is there, but in marketplace, like Azure Marketplace is like your app store. In your Android phone there is something called as Play Store. So on that Play Store there are some tools, so you can go and download it from there and you can start using. That is what marketplace that Azure is having. So there is no service available, but marketplace में 17 services है. Documentation में 55 documents are available in order to read mixed reality, virtual reality, whatever it is. ठीक है. HoloLens, I'm not sure Azure का है. Virtual. ठीक है. There are multiple things, like you want to choose a domain, like suppose I want to do something in game development, I can go and choose, right? So in game development, Azure game development virtual machines hai. So virtual machines only, but they are specifically designed for game development. So that are there, but you need to manually go and install it basically. so it is not directly available to access. So again, of course, it will charge something. Create when I'm going to create, so it will. They have given the plan, so you'll have to pay some amount to get started. Okay. Now, so if you want to create some resources that you are already aware about, if you are already familiar with the resources, more services you can explore anyways. So these are the services that are available. So I'll just quickly show you the category. So here is the category. If you want to go and work on machine learning, these are the services available. OpenAI का भी अभी डाला है इन्होंने, पहले नहीं था, it was not there earlier. Last year I checked, it was not there. So they keep continuously updating. Anomaly detector is there, cognitive search is there, custom vision, face APIs. If anybody want to implement face detection system, they can use Azure ka face API and then scan the photo and send it to the face API service of Azure, and Azure will tell you who's the person, or is the person matching with the existing person stored in the system. Okay, there are multiple services. Like similarly, we have something in analytics. Data lakes is there. Analytics, we are not going to do a lot of things, but it is very important. Okay, once you have enough data, you can perform analytics. Compute is like virtual machines, VM, and VM only. Images is like the OS of the VM, operating system of the VM, and rest is virtual machines only. Okay, disk is like extra space. Azure Compute is Compute Gallery. I'm not sure. Okay, so there are multiple things. Databases are there, SQL databases, NoSQL databases, then open source database engines. You can Postgres server is there, but it is paid actually. So we are going to stick our use case with SQL one. Then for Internet of Things, as I mentioned, there were IoT applications, IoT Hub, build your solutions. Then there are multiple things. Then mixed reality. Okay. The word I used was virtual reality, but it is not the one. So they have used it mixed reality where they have something, three things only. I'm not sure what exactly it is, and there are many. Okay, in storage here we are going to put some efforts to work on Azure Stack Edge and Azure Edge hardware. So these are two things. If you want to build hybrid and edge storage, now if you want to store only blobs or the small files, you can create storage account. We are going to create one. And if you want to have your personal disk space, you can actually use the disks from here. Snapshot storage browser is also there. So if you store something in storage account, storage browser will help you to look at the data, how exactly the data is stored. Multiple things. Web and mobile के लिए भी यहाँ पे कुछ है, that one of the thing will be app services. Of course, this is something we are going to see. Logic apps is there. So like if you don't want to write your Java code or Python code, you can use logic apps. So logic apps में आप it is like a drag and drop process, Sudoku types में, right? Just connect this service to this function to that function, and that function to this function. If else, everything is there here in the cloud itself. You don't need to write your own code. We're not going to use it as of now, but I'll just quickly show you क्या है इसके अंदर. So just clicking on add. So while creating, okay, it is asking me to process. Okay, we'll not do it right now, but I'll show you a demonstration how we can build. Without writing a single piece of code, you can build a software with the help of this logic apps. A very interesting service. I personally liked it. But mostly, since we are going to deploy our REST API based Java applications and Python application with REST API, we are going to use app service. Okay. So now these services, now whatever service you want to use, we are going to start with OS tomorrow, virtual machine tomorrow. Virtual machine is something we are going to start. But before starting and doing everything, what I want you guys to have quick understanding of this particular platform. So that is what we're doing. So here is one more option. Looks like less than less than sign in greater than sign in underscore. It is a PowerShell, cloud shell basically. So the way I'm having this virtual the command prompt, and then this is called as bash, and then yesterday also I showed you there is something called as PowerShell. So Windows PowerShell I'm just opening. This will look like this, and here also if I do az-hyphen version, because I have az installed, it will allow me to access the Azure ka CLI. Azure command line interface I installed yesterday. I shared the links. You guys go and install. Now, why I need this command lines? Why can I use only, like this question comes often? Can I only use the Azure ka portal and then with the help of browser I can do the things? Yes, you can. You don't need to install this additional Azure CLI, and you do not need to remember the commands that I need to fire. But that is a good practice according to me going forward, because I'll tell you, we will talk about that. Why it is good practice? There are multiple reasons. Okay. So, but anything and everything that you want to do with Azure, you can do with this particular link called as portal.azure.com once you're logged in. Okay, because there is an option called as Cloud Shell. Now, as soon as you click on this, it will ask you to create welcome to Azure Cloud Shell. Now there are two things. I can go to the bash or I can use a PowerShell. Bash is like our command prompt. PowerShell is like the PowerShell that I've shown. जो विंडोज में आपके लैपटॉप में होता है वही. There are two things that we can switch immediately. You click on anything that would work. So I'm clicking on bash as of now, since it is first. Now you do not have storage mounted. See, it is asking you to create a storage so that whatever commands you will fire, it will get stored somewhere, because then only you will be able to visit to your previous commands. Okay, so Azure Cloud Shell requires an Azure file share to persist the files whatever you will create. This will create a new storage account, and it will incur a small monthly cost. Okay, the cost is very small, that is like $0.015 per month per GB. Okay, so as since we are starting up, 1 GB is very difficult, and per month है point see, I'm already having $200, उसमें से $0.015 अगर जाते हैं, I don't have any problem. ठीक है, so I'll be creating one. So Azure Cloud Shell register subscription whatever. ठीक है, कुछ लेना नहीं. Subscription, choose the free trial only, and in the free trial subscription there is only one option, because I don't have any other subscription in this account, but for other accounts I do have some clients subscription that we are using and helping them to manage the resources. Okay, so free trial account, you must be seeing the exactly same thing, exact replica. That is when I created for you. So I'm creating a storage. In the free trial subscription, that is the only one thing which I'm having. So storage will get created. So hold on for a second. So I hope you're listening to me and you're understanding what is happening. So later you have to go and perform these things along with whatever the things that you're having. Okay, it will take some time basically, because it is actually creating a disk space in the background. I'm not sure in which region. Like here, I can quickly check. Region नहीं बताएगा, right? Yeah. ठीक है. Fine. So let it create. So let it work in the background so that we can move forward and we can build the next things. Okay. So once it is created, I'll be able to see the exactly same environment like this. Okay. Whatever I'm able to see it right now over here. So exactly same thing I'll be able to see over there. Yep. Sorry. So it is not created. Yes, it is created now. So I'm just quickly showing. Yeah. So now it is showing my environment Akshay. So this is bash, like so this is Linux like interface, not Windows like interface. So when I referring, like it will create a command prompt, it is not Linux, it is not Windows environment, it is Linux. Now here itself, like in this bash, they have installed Azure CLI only, the one which I showed you yesterday. Now why I need the Azure CLI installed in your laptop? Because even though I have this bash, or if I can switch it from here, I can go to PowerShell, switch to PowerShell in Cloud Shell. That is fine. I can confirm and I can switch. So in the background it will switch. See, it is a blue colored command prompt only. That is something called as this bash. Sorry, this PowerShell. Okay, इसके जैसे ही दिखेगा, like exactly same, right? It will authenticating to store. But the problem with this is if I want to share the code from my laptop. Okay, I built some application. See, I'm talking or I'm conducting this session from the perspective of software developer. Okay, not from somebody who is managing the cloud or supporting support team, or not from somebody who is at architecture level. Okay, so this is very simple thread. I have taught a lot of people programming, uh, Java, Python, and then front end technology, some of you. So now it's time to move your career towards the cloud. So build application and use this particular platform to make it run accessible everywhere, or you can directly build your own applications on cloud itself. Okay, so that is what the next journey that I'm helping you guys to prepare. Okay, so let's try to understand how you can take the advantage of it. Now, as I mentioned, what all things that you can do with these particular tools, like whether it is PowerShell, both are same. Some commands will change. So syntax of the command will change. Commands will remain same. Basically, Bash and PowerShell is like this is a Bash and this is a PowerShell. Okay, you can use it from here or you can use it from the cloud itself. So I'll, as of now, since we are beginning up, I'll prefer using PowerShell in the cloud. Okay, so commands will vary. Okay, so now what is the benefit of this thing? I need it. I can do perform some tasks. Let me just quickly go to the virtual machine. I'm going to create. I'm not going to create, but I'm going to show you the steps today. Okay, so let me just minimize this. So no virtual machine to display. I want to create one. Okay, I can create from here as well as I can create from here. Okay, so I'm just quickly going on create Azure virtual machines with preset configuration. I don't want. I want to create by myself. So I'm create a virtual machine. So here it will show you the options. I'm showing you the steps in order to create a virtual machine. What are the steps? So I need to create a resource group which is not available right now. So if okay, by default Central India wala resource group hai, because while registering I might have mentioned where do I live, है ना, you must have added your address. तो उनको पता है you are from India, तो इंडिया का उन्होंने by default resource group डाल दिया. I can create my new as well. Virtual machine का नाम, then region Korea Central दिया, Asia Pacific. हाँ, so here is the region that I was talking about. So like from here you can choose any of the region that which is near to you. Central India, I'll choose Korea Central sector, Central India, so that the data transfer will happen fast. That is only one reason why I prefer near one. Central India I'm choosing. So you are not selected multiple zones. Availability zone nahi चाहिए. Okay, you can select, but I don't want to. If I choose multiple zones, then it will be very difficult, and it will charge me more. Availability is like if this from this particular zone, like this particular area, my machine is down, the users will be redirected to zone 2, the location 2. So, but it copies the things and incurs more cost. Okay. So these are the settings you need to put. Suppose test VM. I'm just giving a name. Zone, then trusted launch virtual machine standard protects against persistent. ठीक है ना, standard कर दो, अभी क्या ही है. We are learning basic one, एकदम basic, सबसे कम initially. ठीक है, यहाँ पे पिंक आइकन क्यों आया, आई एम नॉट श्योर. ठीक है, यहाँ पे so here I'll get lot of images means operating systems. Okay, so now image is not a picture that you are talking about, and now here when I'm referring with images, I'm talking about what I'm talking about virtual sorry, the operating system. Ubuntu available है, SUSE है, Red Hat है, Oracle है, Debian is there, Windows Server 2020 is there, Windows 11 Pro 10 Pro अपने लैपटॉप में होता है, Windows 10 Pro, Windows 11 Pro that is also available. ठीक है, you can choose any one of them. I'm very familiar to Windows 10 Pro, तो उसको use करें. See all images you can have, there are multiple actually, not only this. These are the most popular which you have seen in the drop down, but that's not it. I have seen multiple images. फिर उसके versions भी होते हैं. SQL Server का image है, CentOS OS है, Kali Linux. If anybody is from security domain, they can install the Kali Linux as per their convenience. And then SQL Server, Visual Studio का अलग है. Like depending on what is your use case, there are 365 options, and हर एक इस पे कितना होगा? 5, 10, 20, right? Like 700 around. 700 nahi, 7,000 around operating systems are there, or that you can choose, or images that you can load into your virtual machines. I do not want to get into detail. I just want to stick to, cancel karo isko. I just want to stick to this, Windows OS. Now in Windows itself, they are asking the plan. So now this is actually showing me a lot of things. I don't want it from this particular page. I want it from previous page. I'm just going back. Okay. So doing it one more time. वहाँ पे बैक का ऑप्शन होना चाहिए था. ठीक. So now here from here, when I'm going to choose Windows 10, it will ask me for options like 64 choose करना है, run Azure discount, whatever I wanted to. It will ask me for size. Now here is the most challenging thing. ठीक है. So see, when I chose Windows OS, it is giving me the option to, you know, choose the size. The D2 is the next level. I want B1 base level wala, right? So now all sizes मैं quickly देख रहा हूँ so that you will guys get understanding. फ्री ट्रायल वाला देखना है वही लेना है, अदरवाइज नहीं लेना है, ठीक है? ये देखो B1S free services eligible. This one I'm supposed to choose. What are the features that they are providing? One core CPU, RAM 1 GB, data disk 2 GB, 2 GB ना something, हाँ. Maximum input output is like 320 input and output you can perform. Temporary storage is 4 GB. So disk storage is 2 GB, extra additional temporary storage is 4 GB, and premium disk support है, जो भी आप करना चाहते हो कर सकते हो. Cost per month is 779, which is fine, right? Again something 0.001 MB. So now this is eligible for free services. Free services eligible. So I'm going to choose B1S. ठीक है, do not choose anything else. As soon as we move forward, like ये D से शुरू हुआ ना, D1 V1, but it has more cost. I'm not gonna see. Always whenever you build or choose any service or select anything, see how much it is costing you. Okay, if you find अरे यार इसका cost ज़्यादा है and I'll not be able to pay, the don't go. I can see something 389, but ये Linux का होगा. B1 LS. Now there is LS, MS, and then medium size, lower size, something like this. They have their naming convention. We will show you something from series. LSS standard. I am not sure. So है उसका कुछ full form. I'm not sure actually. But as soon as we move forward to the premium one, so cost will increase like 12,000 per month. अपने को नहीं पड़ेगा. We are just getting started. मुझे पता भी नहीं क्या करने वहाँ पे, है ना? Like that. So I'm going to choose whatever I wanted to, and then I'm going to select and I'm going to come back. ठीक है, फ्री वाला choose करो, अपने को ज़्यादा चाहिए नहीं, right? That is when I went and chose myself, because earlier it was not showing me this one in a drop down. ठीक है, username डालना है when you want to log in, what credentials you want, and then confirm password, and then RDP का port वगैरह वगैरह. There are multiple things. ठीक है, license with multi-tenant, ठीक है, let it be. Now see, this is not the only thing. इसके आगे भी बहुत सारी चीजें. You want to go and configure a disk. Disk में कौन सा disk चाहिए? Image default 127 GB. OS disk इतना GB का को चाहिए उसको, ठीक है, उससे अच्छा वो 127, ठीक है. एंड प्रीमियम SSD, अरे बाबा प्रीमियम नहीं, ठीक है, स्टैंडर्ड SSD भी चलेगा. इवन आई SSD है, स्टैंडर्ड HDD भी चलेगा. बेस्ट फॉर बैकअप्स, नॉन क्रिटिकल एक्सेस. मेरे को वेब सर्वर बाद में डिप्लॉय करना है, तो स्टैंडर्ड SSD I'll prefer. And then there are a lot of things again I need to go and perform. I will do the actual virtual machine creation tomorrow, not today. Then I need to choose networking, then I need to choose management, then I need to select monitoring में क्या करना है, advanced में क्या करना है, tag देना है, फिर review करना है, और then we'll create. So this is a series of steps. If anybody forgets some steps, it will be very challenging. Okay, some different set of virtual machine will get created, which is not currently required. So in order to perform this task automatically, so there is a download a template for automation. See, I don't want to go and do this. See, it is time consuming process. इसको भरो, फिर drop down में choose करो, very time consuming. If you want to make it simple, so you can go and download the template, and then here in the template you just want to, you need to know how to use the CLI, then only it is possible. Here I'm going to fire a command. इतना बड़ा command होगा, ठीक है, and at the end of the if I hit enter, my VM will automatically get created. I do not need to select a lot of things. By convention from your childhood, we all are trained कि UI पे देख के Windows आपको सबको अच्छा लगता है, right? So everybody feels like हाँ इधर दिख रहा है, I can go and click and all. But no, that's not true. Linux is very much powerful. Linux is really fantastic. ठीक है. So I downloaded. किधर गया मेरे को ही नहीं पता. Downloads में नहीं आया क्या? Just a second ना. Let me just check कि उसका download का template आया क्या? नहीं आया. Right? I need that template for automation so that I'll. Okay. Sorry. I have not filled the whole information now. So how it will help me to download? Means once you one time if you do, and then you can download a template that will give you a query that you can fire in the command prompt. Same next time you can build your own OS within few seconds. So that is the benefit of this PowerShell and then Bash. And it is also helping you to automate a lot of things like this. One of the example I've shown you. You can also deploy your whole application in app service within few seconds. if you know the commands. Basically, you don't need to remember those commands as well. You can, as since at the time of creating this PowerShell or accessing the PowerShell, it asks you for what, a storage space. So whatever command you will fire, it will get stored automatically over there. Now by using this shortcuts, you can access the command from there. So you can search your existing things. यहाँ पे क्या है, editor है यहाँ पे. So you can go and find it over here. Here, what command I was looking for, and then that things I can save. So I'll be writing. I'll be able to write the commands. I'll be able to save it somewhere so that I can reuse the things again. So there are multiple options that it is offering you. So just go and, so I'm just stopping restart the cloud sheet. कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. यहाँ पे है, it is already. ठीक है. So basically, so with the UI it seems easy initially, but as soon as you move forward, हर रोज मेरे को 2 VM बनाने, I cannot spend 30 minutes selecting these things, 40 minutes, whatever. So instead, if I have a query, like VM creation is very basic example I gave you. There are a lot of things that you need to do, and then it is very time consuming. So it is better to have automated script, and that script, for that is what we have installed, the command line interface. So this will help you to build a lot of things. We'll quickly see some commands in few minutes. What are important commands that you need to note, and I'll also add it into your notes so that you guys can, going forward, can we store a complete script? Yes, we can store a complete script file. Like suppose it is 10-15 line script that I wanted to use in order to create some service, or in order to deploy some Java based application, and you just hit that script as a bat file. Like all of you must be knowing, right? If you have multiple commands and you want to execute it at once, you can create a bat file, and then if you double click on that, automatically gets installed. Similar things can be done on Windows as well. You just create a file and put all the commands that you need to fire one by one, and you create a bat file and it will get executed. Okay, so this is a simplest thing that you can do with the help of this, but see, it will be very challenging initially in order to remember those commands, or in order to understand. So because there are two things now, so it is not only one thing. Like for here, the syntax will be different in bash, syntax will be different in PowerShell. So that is a very minor difference, but we'll look at that difference in a few minutes. Okay, this is what all about Cloud Shell. Then we have our directory and subscription. Like directories, इसको ही बोल रहा है क्या? इसको डिस्कार्ड करना पड़ेगा ना. Wait a minute. हाँ, I need to discard it. हाँ, यहाँ पे क्रॉस बटन. Discard it. Yes. Then only it will allow me to do the next thing. Okay, I'm going in directories quickly. So here the directories are available. So since I'm having free account, so directories like Azure Azure directories, so in which all the users of this account will be stored. All the information, their credentials will be stored. So I have, since this is a free account, I'm having only one. I can create my own directory again in order to do some, in order to maintain multiple teams from my company. I can create different directories for their authentication and their content. Even Office 365 के लिए भी directories create किया जाता है, right? So basically over here in this particular settings page, so this is settings page actually. So if you click on settings, or if you click on this, both the things are going to open you the same thing basically. Okay, here you can see the subscription. I am having only one subscription, which is either a subscription. This is directory. Subscription is there. Default, free trial. Don't see the subscription. Switch to another directory. I'm currently on free trial subscription. So this is what it is showcasing. There is only one directory. I cannot switch. Appearance and startup overview. The way it was looking like this, like, there go. So the option this was like this. If I click on dock, it will fixed. I have not applied the setting. It will be fixed. Then theme, black चाहिए, white चाहिए. It is not always blue. You can choose your own. You can choose a dark theme as well. UI based settings basically कि क्या करना है. Language and region. I'm just discarding. I'm not modifying anything. So English and region is India always. My information. This is where my information will be. Either this is my email ID. I'm not sure why it has taken this. Okay, sign out in notification. Enable directory idle timeout. No, I don't want to do anything in there. This is the settings thing. Okay, here in the notification icon, it will show you every day. You will get some notification कि अगर आपने charge भी, if it is charging you, it will show you like this service has taken this much amount and the remaining amount is this. Now this is not only one place to look at the charges or something like this. We are going to see the next thing as well. ये icon information के लिए सिर्फ extra material if you want to have any problems and all. बहुत सारे documentation है यहाँ पे billing और ठीक है. If you want to reach out to their support team, they usually don't reply immediately since you don't have a premium account. ठीक है. So for free account they don't have that active support. You need to wait for a day or two in order to get the response. ठीक है. Yeah, so here these are your if you want to send any feedback, you can go and do that. If you face any challenges, they usually reach out within a week actually. Okay, so this is my account, so you can go and switch if you want to. Now let's talk about the services. Okay, so this is basic overview. I don't want to create Azure machines as of now. I'm just quickly going over here, and the most famous service that we need to work on is cost management. It is showcasing on the last. If you know it, if you know the name, can do it directly like this, cost management. So this is a billing service. You can create alerts over here, so it will show you every day how much resources you have consumed, how much bill for that resources is generated, and then what is your last thing. Configure subscription. I'm see add AWS account भी बोल रहे हैं, उसका भी cost management यहाँ पे हो सकता है basically. So cost management like managing the cost of everything, that is what you are doing. So scope is free trial. I cannot change. This is my free subscription. Report on analysis trends, control optimize cost. यहाँ पे आप control भी कर सकते हो. You can decide it should not go above certain limit. If it is going, you can create an alert. You cannot stop it. Of course, you can create alert, and then you, from that alert you will get notified with messages, emails. यार आपका cost 14,500 से आगे गया है. ठीक है. So there is no cost incurring on my account. This is a freshly created account, so it will not show any graph or so. ठीक है. So it shows the graphs actually. Accumulated cost, resources. ठीक है. Daily cost भी यहाँ पे दिख जाएगा. So it shows in a graphical format like this is the cost and numbers by time and all the things. See, currently it will not show because there is no cost involved for any of the thing. So you guys go and relax. So if you are getting charged, it's on the front page itself it will showcase you कि आज का cost आपका इतना था. So cost by service also you can filter out. If I'm getting 15,000 rupees cost, then which service is incurring that cost. So I'm not sure as of now. There is no cost involved, so it will not show you anything. But this particular thing, cost analysis, will help you to analyze. So you can also pin this particular cost analysis wala to your dashboard. So as soon as I pin, it will appear. हुआ कि नहीं हाँ हुआ पिन. ओके यहाँ पे पिन टू द डैशबोर्ड, प्राइवेट शेयर्ड माय डैशबोर्ड में करना है existing. ठीक है, आई एम पिनिंग इट. once it is pinned, so I am able to see it over here. इधर गया. Okay, dashboard means home page पे. So if I'm going on my home page, that is Microsoft.Azure. Not this one, dashboard वाला is correct. Dashboard is something which is going to showcase me all the things. ठीक है. So here I can see this is I guess resources subscription, correct. So this all resources में I'm able to see this. Why it is showing this quick starts? Okay, so it is showing me the services. ये करना है आपको, बाबा नहीं करना है. I just want to remove this. So this is a dashboard which is helping me to do lot of things. Quick start वाले को मैं ऊपर ले लेता हूँ. Drag and drop था ना, कस्टमाइज करने के बाद आता है. ठीक है. हाँ, so this is basically is going to help me to drag and put the details according to my wish. So इसको छोटा भी कर सकते चाहिए तो. So there are multiple options that you can use from, and it will help you to build the systems according to your wish. एक जगह पे सब दिखा तो cost by service, it is also important. I wanted to have it at the top. Marketplace को जरा मैं इधर ले लेता हूँ, and then I can arrange my dashboard. So dashboard is like where you will at a first glance you will see what exactly your account is doing. That is when I arrange the details according to my wish, and then I'm going to save it. ठीक है. This is where I'll get all the things. Quick tutorials भी नहीं चाहिए यार मेरे को अभी. ठीक है. So I'll just ठीक है, अभी रहने दो. ठीक है, कॉस्ट बाय सर्विस, दिस इज व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट, जो मैंने पिन किया है अभी. So which service is costing what, and ये वाला कुछ अलग था, so this was a different one. I'm not sure what exactly it is. It is a storage. Okay, it is a storage account that we created recently for what? For storing our cloud shell. Okay, so cloud shell storage central India. This has been created automatically when I selected yes to the last thing. Okay, I got a notification as well. क्या किया? Okay, pin करने का notification. Any activity you do, you get a notification. ठीक है. So here you can do now storage will create, so this is only automatically created storage, will create storage by ourselves जहाँ पे हम लोग data upload करेंगे, store करेंगे, and I'll also showcase you how you can access the uploaded data, images, pictures, or anything that you want, how you can access it from the public domain or some URL. ठीक है. So ठीक है, चलो let's look at some important commands that you need to know whenever you are going to perform some task. Okay, so there are some commands that ARM and Azure Resource Manager and Azure Service Manager, ASM and ARM commands that you need to know in order to perform the next activities with the help of terminal. Of course, you can do it with some important कमांड्स नाही म्हणू शकत ना, स्क्रिप्ट्स, कमांड्स म्हणून जातं. ठीक आहे, काही पण म्हणा, स्क्रिप्ट और कमांड. Basically the Azure PowerShell is required to perform the script or to execute the scripts. Commands or scripts, कुछ भी बोलो, anything, one and the same thing. Azure PowerShell. ठीक है, I'm going to showcase you from both, but first you need to log in. See, यहाँ पे तो आपका login है, इधर क्या है? So here you're already login. Whenever you are creating, they know who you are. If you fire a command, get the subscription details, get the active resources details, तो वो सारे active resources दे देगा, because it knows that you are in the same cloud, यही account है, इसी बंदे का मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ. But here जब when I'm installed, I'm not logged in. Supriya, I already shared with the people who are registered. The file is already shared actually. Shared with 54 people. I'm not sure if you are there. Check your registered email ID. It is shared with 54 people. Yesterday night itself I shared the file. It must be with you. Check your registered email ID. ऑलरेडी शेयर ना, कल ही बोला था मैंने कि अरे जो भी हम लोग यहाँ पे करेंगे, एवरीथिंग आई विल बी शेयरिंग विथ यू. ठीक है. सो फर्स्ट आई नीड टू लॉग इन टू माय अजूर एनवायरनमेंट. सो दिस देखो, हाँ अभी आया पॉपअप. ठीक है, नहीं आया. सो installing Azure CLI is not enough. You need to log into your Azure account from here so that it will able to understand. तो फिर उसके लिए credentials वगैरह देना पड़ेगा. That process will do it later. But currently मेरे पास logged in है already. तो यहाँ पे मैं check कर सकता हूँ कि how many services are running, what is my current things, active things, and then कौन use कर रहा है, कौन से region में है. Then there are a lot of things that we can check. ठीक है. So we'll see quickly some important commands that we can fire on Azure PowerShell. Mostly used, most popular, mostly used. There are many actually, so I don't remember any of these. Mostly used commands in Azure PowerShell. So we are going to start VM. See, start VM. So बहुत complicated है. VM का नहीं चाहिए था मेरे को, because but these are the mostly used actually. कि VM start करना, VM stop करना is day-to-day basis वाला task. Because I'm selecting pay as you go. My see, I'm a software company. I'm a software development company. My employees works morning 10 to evening 7 or 8, right? But nobody works in the night, right? 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Nobody works, right? So there should be somebody who is stopping the service. There should be somebody who is stopping the VM in the night because it is not used. But if I keep the VM on, it means Azure will cost me. Per second cost Azure करता है आपको. तो जब VM लगने वाला नहीं है तो it is good practice to stop that VM. If your VM VM is on for next 1 hour or so, it will cost you some XYZ amount. Okay, free tier में अपने को नहीं होगा. Make sure you choose the free resources only. So whenever you fire this command azvm, ठीक है, स्टार्ट AZVM इज अ कीवर्ड एंड देन रिसोर्स ग्रुप का नाम होगा वगैरह वगैरह, तो ये नहीं चाहिए मेरे को। सो दैट इज व्हाट स्टार्ट एंड स्टॉप के लिए लगेगा, बट सी इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, यू कैन गो एंड स्टॉप द VM फ्रॉम द UI, वर्चुअल मशीन में जाने का, ठीक है, फिर पॉज ऑल पॉज फिर ऑप्शंस, ओके, इफ आई सिलेक्ट VM आई विल गेट मोर ऑप्शंस एक्चुअली, तो मैंने VM क्रिएट नहीं किया अभी यहाँ पे, तो आई विल गेट ऑप्शन की स्टार्ट द VM, पॉज द VM एंड XYZ, मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस आई विल बी गेटिंग, ठीक है, तो अभी आई डोंट वांट इट एज ऑफ नाउ, ठीक है, आई कैन डू दैट बट लेटर। सो बट दैट इज UI पे कौन आएगा, लॉग इन करेगा फिर लॉग आउट करेगा एवरीबडी, दैट इज वेरी क्रिटिकल, सो इट इज बेटर टू हैव फायर अ कमांड or create a script and execute it in automated mode, automatically off at the stop the VM at 10 o'clock, khatam, script will run automatically with the help of some anonymous functions that we have seen, there are resources. PowerShell command हम लोग देखेंगे, हाँ, so there is syntax, ये था, any resources you keep any resource, I'll just quickly show you, बहुत सारे, ठीक है, अपन इसका ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन यूज कर लेते हैं। Once it is installed, you are there, connect to AZ account, देखो ये sign into Azure के लिए connect to AZ account, then it will ask you to put the environment and all of the things, ठीक है, थोड़े से कमांड्स देख लेते हैं, एग्जांपल में दी थी क्या, ये Azure वाले बहुत बोर, क्या है यार तुम लोग, ठीक है, स्टोरेज अकाउंट का देख लेते हैं, हाँ, सो दिस इज अ सिंटैक्स एक्चुअली, गेट कमांड, फिर क्या करना है आपको, क्या गेट कमांड का सिंटैक्स है एक्चुअली, so we will do only these operations, किधर है अपना नोट्स, operations that can perform on any service in Azure, ठीक है, क्या कर सकते हैं, आई कैन क्रिएट अ वर्चुअल मशीन, कॉपी नहीं हुआ, क्या है ये लोग, हाँ, so new VM creation, I'm just giving you VM wala since we have seen it, get the VM details, set some properties to VM like adding a new increasing the RAM or adding a new hard disk to a VM, that is set, and remove the remove it like deleting the VM, or removing some resources from the VM. So these are the only operation that we can do with any of the resource, any of the services in my cloud. Now, so same things, but if I perform with PowerShell, the command will be different. If I perform with Bash, the command will be different. Syntax will be different basically, but things are same. तो देखो, I'm just finding get command, get करना है, किसको get करना है, Azure VM को, so get Azure VM and then कौन से मॉड्यूल, Azure VM का az.compute को मुझे काम करना है, so these are the options actually, this is a verb एंड देन उसके साथ वो काम करेगा, एक बार क्विकली देख लेते हैं वर्चुअल मशीन का व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज, नहीं रे इसमें इसको ओपन किया, ठीक है, आई डोंट हैव द कमांड्स रेडी विथ मी, सो विल सी दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग, हाउ टू एग्जीक्यूट द कमांड्स इनटू क्रिएट डेटा क्रिएट स्टोरी, हाँ, तो यहाँ पे एक मिल गया मेरे को अच्छे से, so स्टेप बाय स्टेप चाहिए रहे, मतलब ऐसे बस, हाँ, क्रिएट कनेक्ट टू एजी अकाउंट, दिस इज फर्स्ट वन, वी हैव टू परफॉर्म दिस, ठीक है, अजूर CLI से कैसे करेंगे, नॉर्मल PowerShell से कैसे करेंगे, और पोर्टल से कैसे करेंगे, दीज आर ऑल द स्टेप्स दैट दे हैव गिवन, अपन PowerShell वाला देख रहे थे, दैट इज अवर PowerShell, फर्स्ट आई नीड टू कनेक्ट अजूर CLI, अगर देखा तो दिस इज एजी लॉगिन, एक बार लॉगिन कर दे तो उसी अकाउंट में रहेंगे, एंड देन यू कैन क्रिएट एजी ग्रुप, क्रिएट हाइफन हाइफन नेम, स्टोरेज का नाम देना है यहाँ पे, एंड लोकेशन कहाँ पे आपको चाहिए, खत्म, सो दैट इज समथिंग कमांड दैट यू नीड टू फायर एंड ऑटोमेटिक मिल जाएगा। अजूर अकाउंट लोकेशन, मतलब मेरा अकाउंट कहाँ पे है, कौन से एरिया में, तो ये भी हम लोग क्विकली देख सकते हैं, ठीक है, मेरे को चेक करने तो पहले लॉगिन है क्या, इजी लॉगिन नहीं लगेगा शायद, आई एम जस्ट क्विकली शोकेसिंग योर डेमो ऑफ हाउ वी कैन, बैश नहीं, पावरशेल चाहिए, पावरशेल ही था ना, अजूर CLI था ब्लू कलर में, स्विच, यस, हर बार स्विच करने के लिए पूछता है, you can bring the command from so it is one time activity, once you get familiar with the commands you can note it somewhere in your notepad, I have done it, I'll bring that notes over here in this system, and I'm just एजी लिस्ट ऑफ लोकेशंस कि मेरे पास मेरे अकाउंट की कितनी लोकेशन, लॉग इन करना पड़ेगा शायद, हाँ तो मिल गया मेरे को. सो बट इट हैज सी आगे अच्छा वो ये दिखा. So it has showcased me lot of locations like कितने कितने Azure के locations है, चेन्नई, मुंबई, यूएस, इधर इधर उधर सब कुछ बहुत डिटेल में. So what response, see whenever I want to pass इसके ऊपर भी है, ठीक है. So availability zone कहाँ पे है, क्या है. So it has given me the response in the form of JSON. If I want to put some provide some details at the time of creating, ये get operation था. अगर मुझे set operation करना है at that time as well, I need to give the data in the form of JSON. JSON is like key and value pair. करली ब्रैकेट्स में की एंड वैल्यू होगा, अगर एरे ऑब्जेक्ट होगा एरे का तो स्क्वायर डालेंगे. बट इन द जेसन फॉर्मेट ओनली आई कैन प्रोवाइड द इनपुट टू द Azure, and if I want to get data as output from Azure, I will be getting it in easy JSON format only. बट फिर उसके आगे अपन फिल्टर लगा सकते हैं जैसे उन्होंने यहाँ पे लगाया है. So I can get the filter, I can put the filters like सिर्फ रीजन और उसका नाम चाहिए, बाकी मत दो. So these are the additional and I want that output in a table format. ये अभी इस फॉर्मेट में मेरे को समझा नहीं ना. So I can put some additional parameters and I can get the data according to my wish. ठीक है, अभी देखो सिर्फ एक्स्ट्रा क्वेरी एक्स्ट्रा पैरामीटर से क्या होगा फर्क. हाँ सॉरी, कंट्रोल सी, राइट क्लिक, पेस्ट एज अ प्लेन टेक्स्ट करना पड़ेगा, वापस कॉपी करना पड़ेगा, कॉपी, ओपन क्लाउड शेल नहीं करने होगा, राइट क्लिक, पेस्ट एज अ प्लेन टेक्स्ट. शायद इसका सिंटेक्स कुछ पार्स एरर, इसका सिंटेक्स कुछ चेंज हुआ है. ठीक है, चेक करना पड़ेगा. आई एम नॉट श्योर व्हाट हैज चेंज्ड ओवर देयर, बट थिंग्स हैव चेंज. ठीक है, और सामने सामने लिख दिया तो भी चलता है. सो लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली टेक दैट थिंग इनटू नोटपैड एंड देन विल डू इट फ्रॉम देयर. एक सेकंड. हाँ, सो इट इज बेसिकली, तो वो स्लैश उसको समझा नहीं. सो इट इज वन लाइन क्वेरी ना, सो ये एक्चुअली उसने नेक्स्ट लाइन पे क्यों लिया है, बिकॉज वहाँ पे दिखाने के लिए कि नेक्स्ट अलग पैरामीटर है. हाँ, दिस इज द क्वेरी आई नीड टू फायर एंड दिस क्वेरी विल गिव मी द आउटपुट. खत्म, नथिंग एक्स्ट्रा इज नीडेड. राइट क्लिक, paste as plain text, खत्म. It will give me the output in a proper table, something that I was looking for. ठीक है, तो देखो उसने सिर्फ रीजन दिया मेरे को, रीजन का नाम कि कहाँ कहाँ पे है रीजन, लोकेशंस, ईस्ट ईस्ट यूएस, ईस्ट यूएस टू, साउदर्न सेंट्रल यूएस, वेस्ट स्विट्जरलैंड, इंडिया भी होगा किधर तो यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. देखो इंडिया में एक रीजन है, ग्लोबल रीजन एक है. तो ऐसे सारे रीजन का मुझे लिस्ट दिया. पहले जो दिया था आउटपुट दैट वाज अगेन द सेम. ठीक है, देखो यूएई सेंट्रल और इसका जियोग्राफी और उसका रीजन कैटेगरी, रीजन टाइप, फिजिकल लोकेशन अबू धाबी. तो दैट इज व्हाट, और उसका एक जो नाम था दैट इज नेम, डिस्प्ले नेम इज यूएई सेंट्रल. वही नेम मेरे को यहाँ पे आया है, यूएई सेंट्रल, यूएई सेंट्रल बट इन अ डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट जो कि मैं रीड कर पाऊंगा नॉर्मल टेबल के फॉर्मेट में. So this is a JSON format. I can modify it as per the queries that I'll pass to the given account. So this is to get the list of locations from the Azure account. So I said there are multiple commands that we will go and see eventually going forward, which will help us to build the things in a simpler way. Okay, we'll end the session over here for today. Tomorrow we'll continue with actual creation of virtual machines. I'll be showing you with two ways. One is with a UI, how I can create. Second is I'm going to show you with a command prompt, and then you tell me like which one is the quickest. Okay, and once we created the VM, we'll also access the VM from our RDP. Right, I'm going to create of course Windows VM MSTSC, जहाँ से हम उसको आईपी एड्रेस डाल के एक्सेस करके देखेंगे एंड विल बी एबल टू सेट अप द सॉफ्टवेयर. नहीं करेंगे तुरंत ही एक्चुअली, सो विल बी एबल टू सी कि वहाँ पे कैसे काम कर सकते हैं इन अजोर वीएम. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोना डू इट टुमारो. Let's connect back tomorrow. Let's understand how we can utilize the power of Microsoft Azure. Any questions till now? I'm here for next 2 minutes. If you have any doubts, any questions, any queries, kindly let me know. Yes. All right. So if you want to try out these commands, you can. I'm just copying this command into Notepad as well, for example, करके, so that notes as well. All right, this is it for today. See you tomorrow at same time. We'll continue learning. So no message will be dropped in the group. Join at 9 o'clock sharp. Hmm? Shalom. All right. Bye bye. Ending the live.